So Dad, you've been a funeral director for more than 40 years now. Tell me about scattering ashes at sea.
Yeah, a really interesting topic. Some people get it really badly wrong. The key with scattering ashes at sea is a couple of things. One is you've got to make sure you've got the right day. I've scattered ashes at sea on horrible weather because it was the day the family chose and it had to be that date. Not a good idea. Just choose a time as far as days go. The really successful scattering ashes at sea, which I have permission to show you some photos and videos of that I did recently, we actually put it off 3 times until the weather was right. And when the weather was right, it was perfect. You'll see on these video clips that we chose the right day. She wanted to go right round behind Kapiti Island and Kapiti Coast Funeral Home. You know, the weather can be terrible on that side of the island, but it was a perfect day, beautiful still day. The person who took us out was really helpful. We planned it properly, and I think the things to plan properly are making sure you've got the right receptacle. In other words, the right container to scatter the ashes, not something you're going to have to be using a screwdriver for or undoing things. We have a special box that we have ashes in that has a calico bag inside, so we can literally just take the calico bag out and then scatter the ashes from there. The other key thing is that there is always wind, even on the stillest day, and you don't want to get ashes all over you. Pretty simple. So what we do is actually put a wet cloth inside the ashes before we start, just to keep the top quite dry. And you'll see from the video of the lady in question who's scattering her dear friend's ashes, that as she leant over the boat to scatter them, the first lot of ashes were not dry, they were wet, so they fell. And as the rest of the ashes went, she was leaning far enough then that it didn't blow in her face. As I say, you can wet and dampen all of the ashes, which makes it really easy to scatter. And don't just pour them out, think about it as part of a ceremony, as part of a way of actually saying goodbye. Have a moment, talk about it. We did on the boat, we planned exactly how we were going to do it, where we were going to do it. The particular lady was a certain age when she died, so the captain of the boat was wonderful. He took us out into the depths to that depth of meters that matched her age. So little cool things like that she remembers that make it quite special. So, and don't think you're just going to do it in the shallows. You really want to do it away, right out in the ocean. Scattering ashes in the shallows, it's just some people are not very comfortable with the thought that they're going to be swimming in that area. So past the point of swimming and somewhere that's peaceful and private so no one else is watching.